Joining us now in a CNBC exclusive is Zoetis CEO Kristin Peck. Welcome back, Kristin. So some concerns with the guidance. What does it say about what you expect for the business this year, particularly in pets, companion animals, which is the biggest part of your business?
Well, thank you, Sarah. It is great to be back joining you. I'm actually in Salt Lake City at our national sales meeting, and we were really proud of the performance for both the quarter and the year in 2023, and excited to share the guidance for 2024, which is for top-line operational revenue growth of 7 to 9%. And that really is driven by the strength of the companion animal market. You know, end user demand for our products remains incredibly strong. You know, the desire for pet care and the human-animal bond is a resilient trend for us. And when we bring innovations such as we have with our monoclonal antibody Librela, you know, we're really leading the way in that growth and growing faster than the market itself.
So currencies are a thing. There's the Librela U.S. launch. I mean, there's a few sort of one-off factors here that are impacting. How do you stack that up with what you say, the fundamentals of the business, which appear to be strong?
Yeah, no, as you look at sort of the year and the numbers in 2023, you know, we did quite well on the top line. We delivered 8% growth in the quarter. And I think what you're referencing was the bottom line. And really, that was primarily driven, as you mentioned, by FX, which is 4 cents, and then an impairment on a small acquisition, which is an incremental 3 cents. So really, those are non-operational and non-recurring. And the fundamentals of the business remain incredibly strong. And that's why, you know, I think investors have been really pleased with the 7 to 9% operational revenue growth on the top line and the leverage we're providing in 2024 as well, with 9 to 11% growth on the bottom line as well, looking into 2024.
You know, Kristin, last few days we've had a lot of conversations with CEOs about, I think they call them, you know, elasticities in consumer products. We just had a conversation about restaurant comps and pricing normalizing. How do we think about how the consumer thinks about their pet as an analog, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question, Carl. And we talk often about the human-animal bond and the important role that plays in driving the growth of the industry. And as you look at that, you know, even if a consumer was faced with a 20% decrease in their, you know, personal income, they wouldn't change what they spend on their pet's health care. They see their pet as a member of their family, and they want to invest to make sure that that pet stays healthy. And we provide really innovative products to do that. Monoclonal antibodies such as Librela for osteoarthritis pain in dogs, Solensia for osteoarthritis pain in cats, Cytopoint for atopic dermatitis. So really important innovative products that are really driving the way to the growth for the industry and certainly for Zoetis.
Still, not to say that there's zero price sensitivity, right? There must be some room in there to respond to any volume drop with some pricing aggressiveness, or are we counting on them to spend whatever it takes?
Well, you know, where we tend to see that is not in the therapeutic categories. You know, when your dog is in pain, you're going to take care of it. Or if it's itching, you want to take care of that. Sometimes, you know, if we see in, you know, difficult economic times where you can start to see, you know, issues might be in wellness, maybe I'll delay that wellness visit, or maybe I don't need to take the parasiticides 12 months. I don't have to take them in the winter, which is, by the way, not true. But that is sometimes where we'll see the weakness. But animal health, and more importantly, Zoetis, has been incredibly resilient through different economic times. You know, I mean, it's not that we're, resistant, proof. You know, we obviously can have some impact, but we've been incredibly resilient as you look over the last 11 years.
I mean, the analysts, I'm just going through some of the commentary, really like, obviously, your stock, really like the growth. They like the shareholder return that you appear to be committed to above market. What about innovations, Kristin? It feels like we're going through a great time, at least for medical innovations and pharmaceutical innovations. I know we've talked about obesity drugs and whether that needs to exist for dogs and cats, but are you seeing the same level at Zoetis and in the industry for pets that we're seeing in humans right now? Do those two track?
Yeah, actually, the trends are very similar. We're seeing phenomenal innovation. Certainly with monoclonal antibodies, you've seen them on the human health side. We're investing in those in animal health. Zoetis is the only company with 3 monoclonal antibodies already in pet care, and we've got a very strong pipeline behind that in important categories of unmet medical need in animal health, such as renal and chronic kidney disease, in cardiology, in oncology, where there's just such an incredible need in animal health. We're also leading the way with artificial intelligence and AI products, such as with our Images platform in diagnostic that now has 5 indications on that. So there's many of the same trends you're seeing in human health, you can see in animal health, particularly on the pet care side.
Really interesting. We'll do a whole other segment on AI and pet health and medications. Kristin, for now, thank you very much for joining us on the back of earnings.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Great to be here. Thanks, Carl.